Hello, my name is Nicholas Hobble, and today I am going to be showing you how to make Snickerdoodle cookies using coconut oil. Uh, I have been baking for most of my life. I came out of the womb baking, and since I was a kid, I would help my mom in the kitchen when she was cooking, and as I grew older, I started making my own things and using cooking and baking as more of a creative expression and a way to de-stress. Um, so the purpose of this speech is to show you how I make coconut oil snickerdoodle cookies and to teach you about the health benefits of doing this way. I have a lot of personal experience baking, like I said, and I've done some research on the benefits of coconut oil. Uh, the process will involve gathering materials and ingredients, mixing the ingredients, and then finally baking the cookies. So for gathering, you will want to gather your materials for mixing and baking. You'll first need this recipe from Nicole Crocker's 2019 post on her Family Table Treasures blog. And then you'll also need two mixing bowls. I usually use one that's a little lighter for pouring, um, and a wire whisk. It'll be beneficial if you have two whisks, but at least one whisk and a rubber spatula, two cookie sheets, and two sheets of parchment paper, as well as measuring cups and measuring spoons. Then you will have to get the ingredients for the cookies, and you'll need flour, sugar, vanilla, an egg, baking soda, cream of tartar, and coconut oil, as well as cinnamon. But the coconut oil should be solid in its solid state for this recipe, which it should be because of the high saturated fat content, which brings us to my first fun fact about coconut oil. According to a study done in 2018 by Kaw and colleagues, they found that coconut oil has higher levels of high density lipoprotein, cholesterol, HDL, and lower levels of LDL compared to butter. So it is slightly heart healthier than using butter. Next, once you have all of your ingredients, you will want to mix them together. And I prefer to do the dry ingredients first so that they're ready to pour in gradually into the wet ingredients. So first you mix the flour, a cup and a half of flour, a quarter teaspoon of baking soda, and the quarter teaspoon of cream of tartar into the lighter of your two mixing bowls. And then for the wet ingredients, you will pour a cup of sugar into a half a cup of coconut oil and blend those together. And then you will beat in an egg to bind it all together. And then you'll want to add a half teaspoon of vanilla extract and then mix all of that together. And once you're done with that, we'll have to mix the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. And you want to do it slowly so it doesn't get too crumbly at first. So while I am doing that, did you know that coconut oil is a good source of medium chain triglycerides, or MCTs? The MCTs and coconut oil derivatives contain ketones, and those can be used as replacement fuel in the brain for people who have glucose deficiencies, like in diabetes and Alzheimer's disease. So now that that's all mixed, we're going to chill the dough for 1 hour, and while that's doing that, we will mix a tablespoon of sugar with a teaspoon of cinnamon for rolling the cookies in. Okay, and after the dough has chilled for an hour in the fridge, we can move on to the baking part of this process. So you will want to first preheat your oven to 375 degrees. And if you have a conventional oven, you'll want to make sure the racks are in the middle and away from the heating element so that they don't get too crispy. Um, so while that is preheating, you can get a melon baller or some kind of small scoop and scoop roughly 1 inch balls of cookie dough, and then roll them in the cinnamon sugar mixture that we made earlier, and then place each one on the cookie sheet with parchment paper. And once you've done all of those, all of the cookies, you can pop them in the oven and bake it for 11 minutes. So, in conclusion, baking Snickerdoodle cookies using coconut oil is a relatively simple process of gathering, mixing, and baking. And by using coconut oil, we have taken advantage of its numerous health benefits like low LDL, high HDL cholesterol, and ketones. With these delicious cookies, you can claim that you're improving your cardiovascular and cognitive health just by eating cookies. Thanks for watching. Bye.